I'm the golden son while playing a GBA game. Brain off the scale to thinking he mean weight gain. No surge, electrify the mind. I'm in charge of the buzz, get your power stripped. I'm my own plug, you the socket. Lent more punchlines, the trash in your pocket. That's you to stop it. More than rap, this composite, you gossip, I rock it. See the variation? It don't matter black or white, bring the drama, Perry Mason. I'm adjacent to the destined, counting all my blessings while they selling their soul. No, you gotta be desperate like them housewives. Hear the real with my mouth wide, paths going north, but they still hear the south side in me. These rappers are actors who giving out Emmys. Find me a Denny's looking proud of their penny without an Oscar. I'ma lay it proper. Father, this sound ironic, didn't have a papa for most of my life. Foster home to home. Don't let me start. Comment, tell me about real love. It starts in the heart, not the pants. Born without a chance. Probably met destiny plenty times and noticed when she glanced at me. When you dance with me, who would've known these dreamers become fans of me? Put up your hands for me. Such a sky, the model we grew up with. Bumping that old Wayne, about to see if this truck fit in my garage. I'm kidding, no car, but I got drive. Even if I retire, never be top 5. I survived the rugged terrain. Determination in my brain, God help me find joy through the pain, gain clarity that I share to the masses. Same kid, they dreaming in classes. Future look disastrous. Time for the heroes and less facets. Clean air, less gases. But y'all know what I'm trying to convey. Chase streams, play games, watch a few anime. Found a path to be great, not a moment to waste. Mama check it, don't worry, I'm straight. We gon' take it to the top of the globe. Spread love, realest quote that I wrote. You know, sky's the limit. All my life I was sober. We surpassing that with each episode. Behold, a new episode. New day, a new episode. A new day, a new day, a new episode. A new day, a new episode. A new day, a new. Go ahead, let them throw that shade. You gotta wait to see the picture. Old Kodak days, don't go that way. They songs all filler, and it shows not at the museum. Fans never been stellar. Pin Dilla, shows a route set score. I ain't trying to be known by a number like the kids next door. My lord, they want us in cages or the seats, cause we fresh to death. Cash is short, baby, we cool. Me, I'm nothing but a kid from the boondocks, writing living color. Different word in my boombox, chilling in my afternoon socks with a cute thing. Excuse a missed call, didn't notice you rang. Sharp tongue from the heavens, we thinking outside of the box. They call him Stoop Kid, never lead his steps. No one knows of his woes, cause he keeps to himself in seclusion. But me, I had to find out his story, so I sat by his stoop. He said his name's Corey. Told me how he used to be in love with a dame, but she left about as fast as she came. Said the sky's never been the same. Air's less fresh, chemtrails blanket the sky, and we compress to a perfect world that we created within the mind. We blind to the truth as the days unwind. He finds happiness and watch the time go by. He asked, do you know why? Cause at least I'll know when we die. Society's engulfed in trends, and it's hard to find friends when your vision ain't the same through the lens. A cleanse what we need, but our pride won't accept it. Love's like a precious baby girl, and I'm wishing that we kept it. Neglected all our principles, kids laughing at me every day. How conventional, all one-dimensional. I wish I was invincible, I would just fly away. Aim for the sun, hope to land in a higher place. It's my escape from reality. Life is a dream, but it seems we've been sleeping in ravines. For now, I'ma chill with the ranting. Sit up on my stoop while the kids keep chanting. Stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop. The stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. The stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop. The stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. The stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop. The stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. Stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. Stoop, the stoop, stoop kids afraid to leave it. Stoop. A tear rolls down the cheek. He asks, how did life become bleak? We used to seek joy, now we lost in translation of the language called money. I pity our generation. I told him I agree, but you looking at the downside. It's a bigger world outside the walls you hide, and I can guide you to a new state of mind if you let me. But hearts can't receive what the soul isn't ready for. Look, life is a metaphor, it's up to you to find a meaning. You can't stand for something if you steadily leaning on pillars of self-loathing. Imagine what you're missing in addition to beautiful life that you ain't even living. Places that you never been, people that you'll never meet. Happiness if you're willing to seek beyond the stoop of your seclusion, but really just a barrier to block away the image of a place much scarier called reality. Well, he stopped me mid-sentence, took a step down like a sinner doing repentance. Said he wanna take a chance, thanks for the referral. Safe to say this boy's gonna finally leave the world. So stoop kids gonna leave it. Stoop kids.
Are you ready?
word to wise. Grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple light.
Before we get started, it only takes 2 clicks to become one of Earth's...
Oh, I jumped the gun again. My bad. Anyway, I still got to get used to the new intro set up on the live streams. Man, what's going on, everybody? What's popping? We in here? Oh, man. Whew. First off, man, I want to go ahead and say real quick. Man, I want to go ahead and apologize right off the wham. Okay, so the Blerd Cave is suffering today. We are in a low AC. Actually, no, not even a low. We are in a no AC environment. So if I'm gonna be sweating more than usual, I'm probably gonna be panting more than usual. But I apologize. The show must go on. Show must go on at all times. Also, real quick, let's do a little housekeeping. Because we haven't had one of these since July has started. So let's go ahead and get up in here. Yeah. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all following in here. So basically, what's going on is I wanted to let y'all know about a little something. I'm actually pulling it up here now. I should have had this ready to roll, like, right off the jump. But you know how it is, y'all. Y'all know how it is. I'm pulling up I'm doing a little July sale, if you will. We're doing a little July sale here. As a matter of fact, I actually meant to plug this last week. But my dumb ass forgot. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it now, if y'all don't mind. I'm doing a little sale. We are gonna be doing wait a minute, wrong one. There we go. All right. So basically, what's gonna be going on? We're gonna be doing a little sale. We're doing a 25% off sale for the entire month of July. All you gotta do, you go to the shop. It's teespring.com/stores/Blerd without fear. You can go there, pick yourself up a little something. You can pick up a Blerd shirt a la the Marvel logo style. You can also pick up, and you can get it in all sorts of various and sundry different stylings. You can get the new Run the Fades shirt that we got up. You can pick that up in just about like all sorts of different styles. And you can also get the classic Blerd Without Fear word bubble shirt and all of its various and sundry different styles. And if you use the promo code BWF Summer, you can get 25% off your entire purchase. So just want to do a little housekeeping. I meant to have like a graphic and all that other stuff up and ready to roll, but today has been hectic, and a lot has been going on. For also want to plug real quick the Discord server. If you have not gotten down with the Discord server, make sure you're checking the description of the stream. It should be in that. You can go, it should be like a permanent invite. You just go right on in, jump into the Discord server. I don't have it open right now because it's a resource hog, and I want to make sure we actually got this. I want to make sure last week the stream was all day screwing up, so I want to make sure that this stream is a little bit better. We want to make sure it's a little bit better. So yeah, like I said, go check it out. You know, like I said, it's go check out the Discord, go check out the shop. Trying to think if there's anything else. Don't think we have any new Patreon, so I'm not gonna bring anything up here. We'll jump up on that. Also, real quick too, while we're talking about the Discord, and this is just some more little housekeeping stuff, and I promise we will get into the Spider-Man Far From Home spoiler review and all the other stuff. As far as Discord goes, if y'all ever have questions you want me to answer on the show, because it's kind of become difficult to keep up with everybody, as far as like the chat and everything. I'm not good at it. I suck at it. I'll admit that. But if you want to make sure, if you want to guarantee your questions get answered, there is a section in the Discord for questions for Blerd Without Fear. And if you drop your questions in there, you are guaranteed they will be answered on the show. No way that I will miss them. The only way I won't answer them if it's something that's been asked a lot, and I'll just kind of lump it in with everything else. But now that is out of the way, I think we've done all the housekeeping. Also, I do want to apologize. My next door neighbor has decided all of a sudden that it's now time to cut the grass. So if you hear a lawnmower in the background, I apologize. You'll probably hear the fan in the background, because otherwise this room would be unbearable. All right, so just want to go ahead and say real quick, everybody that's in here, just want to say thank y'all so much for jumping in. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming up in here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, right off the wham, I can tell you exactly what I think about Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm going to go ahead and we'll get that out of the way first. I'm going to tell you my overall rating, review, whatever you want to call it. Right off the wham, I'm going to go ahead and say, I liked Far From Home about as much as I liked Spider-Man Homecoming. And Spider-Man Homecoming, as far as the live-action movies are concerned, is my favorite Spider-Man movie above all else. Just everything was right with that movie. Just everything was just, it was firing on all cylinders. So that's high praise. Like, I would say, like, it's like, if Homecoming is right here, Far From Home is like right in there somewhere. Like it's trying to come up over. Now, I will say that as far as the wow factor of the movie, like just the overall wow factor, I think Far From Home has the bigger wow factor. I think it's the bigger overall wow factor. If you wanted to put it on a scale, I would definitely say this is an A+ movie. It's definitely, I would say 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. It's not perfect. It has problems, like most things usually do, but it is definitely one of the better Spider-Man movies out there. Now, if you throw in all Spider-Man movies, then that it has to go down a peg, because Into the Spider-Verse right now is, that's my movie. So Spider-Verse would be like, boom, Homecoming, and then like you got the Far From Home like right in there, and everything else underneath just so yeah, so that said, and I guess, yeah, if you wanted to grade it on a smaller scale, like on a 1 to 5, I would definitely say 4.5 out of 5, somewhere around in there. Just depends on what day you ask me. I know a lot of people have asked me about it, and like some personal friends of mine were like, I don't know, what do you think? And I'm always like, I don't know. And it makes it sound like I didn't like it, but I loved it. Like, I've seen it twice now already. I paid for my entire family to go after I had already seen it. So clearly I have no problem with this. No big one anyway. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the movie. Okay, so right off the bat here, man, here, you know what? Let's do this right. I did a lot of setup for this, so yeah, let's use it. Let's use it. Okay, so, and actually, you know what? This is actually kind of bugging me. Here, I gotta mess with something. It is the perfectionist in me that, there. I like making it look like I'm looking at the thing that I'm looking at. I've had to switch some stuff around because I've been doing some Twitch streaming. By the way, go check out my Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/Blerd Without Fear. I'll be doing streams and such, whatnot, and what have you. Probably just in between content, because I got to get back to playing video games. That's the only way I can see making it worth my while. But anyway, Spider-Man Far From Home, pretty much it takes place, if I'm not mistaken, like mere days after Avengers Endgame. At least that's what it feels like. And basically the way you've got it set up is that, you know, Spider-Man's come back home and everything is, you know, people miss Tony. Which, by the way, I feel, God, if you were in here and you have not seen Avengers Endgame, I don't know what you were doing with your life. You could totally be watching Avengers Endgame right now. So there's gonna be some spoilers for Avengers Endgame. Just saying. If you didn't get that already, I assume you're here for that reason. But anyways, so yeah, like you get this whole deal where you got Spider-Man. Spider-Man is back home. Everything is everything. You know, the people love him. He's a hero. He's an Avenger. He's the guy. Oh whoa. Oh whoa whoa. Oh whoa. Oh whoa 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 whoa. We just got a super chat. Oh dude, Reggie Simmons, what's poppin', fam? What's poppin'? And dude, look, didn't even have a question. By the way, super chats, man. If y'all got super chats, man, that will interrupt the show, and I will totally address your question or statement right then and there. Nothing is dodged if it's a super chat. And thank you, Reggie Simmons, for that. Thank you for that $5. You're the man. And look, didn't even have a question. Just want to say what's up, fam. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. Okay, so my whole thing with this is that, and here, let's dip around a little. So when you kick this off, I mean, we already know Mysterio is out there. Apparently, when Nick Fury, Marie Hill, they are in Mexico, I believe it is, or maybe it's South America. They discover that these elementals, and Mysterio is one who kind of like pops up, and he's like out of nowhere, apropos of nothing, just shows up and is like, "You don't want any part of this? Let's go." Straight out the trailers. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Also, by the way, man, put some respect on Jason Brown's name. Put some respect on his name. We've been chopping it up in the Discord. We've been chopping up Discord like on the regular. We chop it up all the time. We chop it up on Twitter. But anyway, check my boy out. One above none. Don't shortchange him. But then but no, you get into it, and it's like, all right, we know the Mysterio's out here. Spider-Man, he's at banquets. Aunt May, she knows what's going on. She knows what's happening. She's hip to the fact that Spider-Man is her nephew. Also want to point out, in this scene is actually from the movie, but different suit. He is not wearing that suit in that movie. In that particular scene in that movie, he's actually wearing the Iron Spider suit. Why they switched it up, I have no idea. Don't know. But anyways, it's here that we start getting the hint that Spidey is still struggling with everything that happened, after Endgame. Stuff has just changed. Like, Aunt May and Happy Hogan, they're dating. That's going on. That's a thing now. Not only that, but everywhere Spider-Man goes, pretty much, he has seen Tony Stark. He has seen Iron Man. And it happens in... Ooh, wait a minute. What was that? Ooh. Hold on, wait a minute. What was... I don't want to miss that. Where'd it go? It's somewhere in there. Because I changed my alerts. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I can't see exactly what that was, so now I'm sad. I have sad face. Or maybe that was subscriber. Don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna go through and look at it. If you're in the chat, let me know what's up. But you're seeing Tony Stark everywhere you go. Like, it is throughout the movie, not just this scene, but throughout the entire movie. There are multiple points where we see murals and memorials and just random pictures of Tony Stark just plastered across the freaking globe. Like, even when he's like abroad, like this is in New York, but when he's abroad, we are seeing the exact same things. And I don't know, it's really cool because it just kind of gives you that idea that there is a presence, there's an overarching presence that is just wild, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Now, when you start getting into, like, the trip, this whole thing, Peter's in class trip, he's got all his friends, he's got Ned, he's got MJ, Betty Brant, which I'm kind of glad they gave her a little more to do in this one, but they still kind of kept it dialed back a little bit. But yeah, it was really cool. It was just really cool when the elementals show up. They kind of frame it. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the case. They kind of try and frame it as though these are actual, at least to the general public. They try and make it seem like they're actual people, but, you know, as far as, like, Mysterio's concerned, they are elementals that have crossed over from his Earth, which is Earth 833, to Earth 616. And I'm going to tell you right now, y'all know what time it is. Y'all already know what time it is. I'll get to it in a minute. And Peter is trying to live his best life in this vacation. He's trying to hook up with MJ. He's trying to make it happen. He's trying to he's not really trying to close the deal, but he's just trying to make something happen. And when you wind up getting to the elemental fight, the first one where we get the water elemental, which is, dude, what's happening? Dude, my dumb question. Thank you. Matter of fact, you asked a question, I think, or said something a little earlier. I'm going to answer that. Which, by the way, man, I want to put a shout out to My Dumb Questions. They have a really awesome channel. And they put some respect on my name over the weekend. Or was it the weekend? No, it was it was 4th of July. It was over 4th of July. My days are all mixed up. But anyways, gonna go ahead and say that. My dumb question says, first off says, I think they had him in a different suit in the trailer so they didn't spoil in-game. The director said they were trying to sell it as a prequel when the trailer first dropped, and that actually tracks. Because, and I'm gonna tell you why this tracks, is because when Spider-Man Far From Home was originally announced, then you gotta keep in mind that Spider-Man died at the end. He was blipped, if you will, at the end of Infinity War. Oh, wow. What? Whoa! We wildin' out here. Look, LJ Mako 3. I appreciate that. Thank you for that super chat. I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to you here in just a second. But basically, what they were trying to do was they were trying to keep people invested, so that way they would be like, "Oh, it's a prequel. We'll go see that because we want to see what was up with Spider-Man. What all's going on here." And that's how they keep you. That's what they keep you. They keep you in here like that. But yeah, so that was what was going on. And then, of course, we also know that the suit that he was in that picture doesn't even really make it into the movie for very long. Because when the fight jumps off, Peter, he doesn't have his suit on him because he's trying to, live his best life, be on vacation. And he winds up getting caught in this fight, and Mysterio shows up, and that's when everything starts going wild. Everything starts getting crazy. But after the fight's over, because he sees Mysterio, and he's like, "Oh my God, this guy, he's handling my business for me. I don't have to be Spider-Man." But then he comes back to his hotel. We get that scene from the trailers with Nick Fury where he's all like, "Hey man, you're a hard guy to get a hold of, man. You've been out of pocket. Gotta get down with you, man." And and Nick Fury, we'll get to some of this here in a little bit because I want to keep this in order. Your boy Nick Fury he is probably. I remember reading something somewhere where they said Nick Fury is like the uncle. He's like your uncle that don't take any shit at your family gatherings and whatnot. That is essentially what Nick Fury is in this movie. Like, he is not having any of Peter Parker's shenanigans. Like, not even a little bit. And he basically enlists Peter Parker to work with Mysterio. And that's how, you get the, this whole setup here where Mysterio's working with, I guess, not S.H.I.E.L.D. And and it's really cool because that's where you get all this mention about, the multiverse and all this other stuff. You're learning about all the, the things that have happened since the snap or the blip, which, by the way, the blip. The opening of this movie is wild. I'm kind of all over the place here, but I've been trying to keep it in order, but I forgot about this part. The way they handle, because I know a lot of people were upset about the fact that, oh, what about school? How is Peter Parker, how is he, why is everybody going back to school? Like, what's up with this? They explain it, and they explain it exactly the way that I just kind of guessed while I was watching Endgame, when they showed the scene and everybody was coming back to school and it had been 5 years, all this other stuff. Just the way they had framed the world and how it operates, I immediately was just like, oh, well, I mean, if you look at the scene with Ant-Man, garbage was stacked up a mile high, so obviously normal government shit isn't happening on the regular, so probably school wasn't going on either, or at least if it was, You know, and actually, no, I don't even think it was, because what was it? There was a kid, or maybe it was, maybe to some degree, but they still made all those kids who came back go back to school, even though they're still the same age, and all these other kids are now older. So yeah, I mean, they handled it really well. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really cool. But no, your boy Mysterio, you know, he basically kind of bonds with Peter Parker. Like, he's like, dude, you know, you're amazing. I wish we had somebody like you on my Earth, all this other stuff. And yeah, this is when, you know, Peter's getting kind of woke to the idea of the multiverse. But yeah, and they kind of have this really cool bond. Like, Mysterio kind of becomes the surrogate for Tony Stark in the eyes of Peter Parker, because, you know, Tony Stark was kind of like that father figure that Peter never really had, and now that he's gone, you know, whether he realizes it or not, he's searching for that still, like, whether he realizes it, and Mysterio kind of plays on that, and it's just crazy, it's just crazy. But, you know, there's lots of moments where Mysterio just pops up and is like, hey, you know, let me talk to you, let me, you know, smarten you up, let me hear what you got to say, and it's really cool because in the way that Tony would listen to Peter, but he wasn't, maybe he was listening, but kind of pretending like he wasn't listening. You know, like, Tony always seemed like he was aloof. Mysterio acts like he's, you know, at least he appears to be legitimately listening to Peter's problems and trying to help him figure it out. And it's just really cool. It's like, dude, man, I was like, dude, all right, y'all are giving Mysterio some work. But, it's almost like he's probably Jake Gyllenhaal's probably the closest we'll ever get to an actual Uncle Ben, and I mean that in the loosest of terms. But when you mess around and you get to where they have to fight, you know, the final elemental, they defeat it. They defeat the elemental, like, just barely. They defeat the elemental, and then out of nowhere, you know, during the fight, you know, Spider-Man's trying to save Ned and Betty, and he webs something by accident and yanks a part off of it. And MJ is the first one, I mean, because, you know, she was kind of in the area, she picks up on it. It's like some piece of machinery that does not go on a Ferris wheel, because that's what he was webbing at the time. And she just kind of holds on to it, because as far as she's concerned, she doesn't really think that it's anything special. She's using this as a way to connect Peter Parker, Spider-Man. But no, when the fight and everything is over, and, you know, all the dust is settled, all the smoke is cleared, you know, Mysterio, he's getting the propers from Nick Fury. Nick Fury's like, dude, we need to make you a full official part of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're gonna get you on the Avengers, all this other stuff. And Nick Fury's like, dude, Pete, you fucking up. I get it. You trying to live your best life, but man, hero shit has to go down. So you get to this point where Mysterio is, you know, he's sitting down with Peter at this bar, and he's kind of coaching him up, and he's like, hey, look, I understand what's going on with you, and here, you need to be doing what you need to do. And of course, you got to remember that in all of this, you know, we saw the glasses that Peter got in the trailer. I think they showed in one of the trailers, but the glasses, they're pretty much the same glasses that Tony always wore. So these glasses basically they're kind of almost like Friday, only not. It's called Edith. Even Dead, was it Even Dead, I'm the Hero is what it's an acronym for, because Tony sucks at acronyms. But basically, it's everything. It's his keys to the kingdom of Tony Stark. And he's kind of been, not necessarily misusing it, but, like, not using it correctly. And it's kind of all over the place as far as, like, you know, the shenanigans with it. But he doesn't want them anymore, because he doesn't want to be the heir to Tony Stark. He doesn't want that weight on his shoulders. You know, Fury says something to him earlier about how heavy is the head that wears the crown. And, you know, that's kind of what this is all playing on here, is that, yeah, you are now taking on the mantle. You are now going to be the next Iron Man. And he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it at all. And he gives it to Mysterio, because he's like, dude, you're out here, you're fighting, you risked your life to, you know, to save people from an Earth you're not even from. And he's like, dude, you're just better. You're just better. You're the right guy. And he gives Mysterio the glasses, transfers control of, you know, Tony Stark's everything to Mysterio. And, you know, and it's just like, okay, all right, now where is this going? And of course, if you read the comics, and especially if you watch my last video on Guardian Devil, you know where this is. We knew where this was going. Mysterio is who we thought he is. If you thought for 5 seconds watching this movie that Mysterio was going to just be some good guy, no, what is she doing? What is she doing? But no, he is not. He is not a good guy. He is a bad person. And this is when you get the heel turn. Like you ever watch, what was it, you watch Thriller, and, at the very end of it, Michael Jackson turns around, he's got, like, the wild cat eyes. That is the scene right here. That's pretty much what happens. Mysterio has been, using tech from Tony Stark this whole time. If y'all go back and remember the scene from Captain America Civil War where he was using Barf, the thing that everybody was talking about was going to be a part of Avengers Endgame, wound up not being. They basically, what he's doing is he's using the machines, the drones that were used to create those holograms and illusions. He's using those to create the elementals. And what he's also doing, he was doing this whole deal where he's weaponized them now, because now they have weapons attached to them, and they can make the illusions give off real damage. So that's how he's been tricking everybody. Half the time, Mysterio isn't even really there. It's just a projection. And that's where, we learn that, all these people that he's brought together, they all work for him. These people that are, in the bar that are, cheering for him, they're all people who used to work for Tony Stark. And they cooked up the whole multiverse thing. They cooked up a whole bullshit story. And now... and now they're like, oh, well, now we got everything. We can do whatever we want. We're gonna make... Basically, they are going to use Tony Stark's... which, by the way, I do have to admit, under further consideration, this is probably not a good plan long-term, because at some point, the Avengers would figure out what was going on. Throwing it out there. At some point, something would have happened. They would have figured it out, I would like to believe. Because from what I gather, a lot of the holograms seem to be pre-recorded, so it's like it's all stuff that is, it's all set to kind of happen in a certain way. Not that they can't change it, but neither. Just saying, just throwing it out here. But basically, when you think about Mysterio in the traditional sense, Mysterio is typically a special effects wizard. He's a Hollywood guy. He knows how to create special effects that are so real that even though they aren't real, you will believe that they're real. That's his whole thing, but they found a way to turn Mysterio into this guy who worked on the tech, the guy who actually created the tech that Tony used at the beginning of Civil War to, have this therapeutic moment with his parents. And Mysterio himself, Quentin Beck, he's jaded because he was fired by Tony Stark for being unstable, probably because of his reaction to Tony calling his tech barf, and thinking that it was too expensive to actually be used for anything on a practical level, which apparently Mysterio's proved him wrong. You can use it for a lot of cool stuff. And it's just awesome. From here, it's off to the races. It's like, man, Mysterio... And I know a lot of people have criticized Mysterio, or more specifically, Jake Gyllenhaal's performance as Mysterio, because for the first half of the movie, he's kind of stunted. He's very reserved. He's very like, yes, I come from another Earth. And when I came to this Earth, the Elementals. Like, that's kind of his whole... And by the way, you're welcome, Steven. I saw the question. I was like, okay, let me throw this out here. But no, you really kind of have to, but no, you really kind of have to look at how they set this whole thing up. And it's like, oh, they turned him into this tech whiz who had this, stuff, this, amazing gear that could create all these illusions, and then paired with other people's technology, making them give off real damage, working with people who worked with Tony Stark, or rather Obadiah Stane, back in the first Iron Man. It's wild. And Mysterio is about that life, and it's funny because he doesn't really want to kill Peter Parker. He's not really interested in killing Peter Parker. He actually, you can tell he kind of legitimately feels bad, but then once he, realizes, once he kind of has to play his hand against Peter, dude, Mysterio is off the freaking chart. Like, everything he's doing is like ripped straight out of the comics. The way that he puts Peter in the long hallway, the way that he sets up the scenario where MJ is thrown off a ledge and Peter has to dive to save her, kind of like mirroring the whole Gwen Stacy thing. It's just insane, dude. Even to the point they pull some wild Marvel Zombies-ish when Mysterio makes a headstone, which at first when they showed the headstone, I was like, oh, is this Uncle Ben? Is this Uncle Ben? And it was like, no, it's actually Tony. And the reason why I had that disconnect is just because Tony Stark was not buried, per se, or at least not in the traditional sense. But, so yeah, it was kind of weird. So I was thinking it was Uncle Ben, but it actually turned out to be the grave of Tony Stark, and Tony comes out of the grave like with the armor on and like zombified, and I was like, dude, Mysterio, you wildin'. Dude. You wildin'. But, like, yeah, dude, it's like, wow, man, wow, like, it's crazy. Like, they make the fishbowl work. They make everything work. It's just... I don't know, they found a way to take a character who's normally by most comic fans considered to be kind of goofy, kind of silly, not very, threatening, and which is a lie, because he is 1,000% threatening. He's able to get at Spider-Man in ways some people can't, and it just, yeah, it was really crazy. And of course, I think this also worked because at the time, the Peter Tingle, the Aunt May's word for his spider sense, which has, he's still developing. Like, he's got it, but like it's on the fritz right now. So that's another reason why he's not able to keep up with Mysterio. So Mysterio technically has everything working in his favor. And I even like how when he's actually on scene, he's wearing a mocap suit with the fishbowl kind of around. I'm like, it's great. It's just great. It's like all these little nods and all these little things that they're doing, and it's just like, dude, I love it. I love the way Mysterio is done. They make him look like a credible threat. Like, when you look at him, the first thing you think is like, dude, he looks like a cross between like Iron Man and Thor. It's the first thing you think of. It looks cool. They make his powers look like something straight out of Doctor Strange. It's just the way they do it, the way everything they frame around Mysterio. Like, this is, like, honestly, I think that, and I want them to keep doing this. With Homecoming, we got to see, and technically they did this with Spider-Man 2 as well, but with Homecoming, we got to see a legit Vulture. We got to see a Vulture that was kind of terrifying because, in the comics, Vulture's kind of a joke. He's a character Spider-Man can piece up in maybe 3 or 4 panels. He's done. He's washed. But they gave him something to do in that movie that just made him a threat and really put legitimate respect on his name. And, going to a guy like, Quentin Beck, going to Mysterio. By the way, Jerry27, welcome to Earth's Mightiest subscribers. I see you. So you got this guy who is just, he's nothing. He doesn't have any skills. He's not a fighter. I mean, he can use a gun. That's about it. But he's really good at manipulating people. That's his power. That's what Mysterio does. He is so good at it. He manipulates Spider-Man so good with all the illusions and everything. He tricks Spider-Man into thinking that Nick Fury has saved him, and in the end, it actually was not the case. It was Mysterio just messing with him so Spider-Man would tell him who else knows about Mysterio, about the truth. And it's great because, you also figure out, kind of, in the middle of all this that, it's, the illusion tech, the thing that MJ found is parts of the drone. Everything is lining up together. MJ knows that Spider-Man, like Peter Parker's Spider-Man, she learns all this shit. There's just so much going on in this movie. Now, the more I'm thinking about it, the more it's kind of like raising up. It actually might be a little better than Homecoming now. I don't know. It's getting there. It's getting there. But no, you get into it a little further, and Mysterio is still duping Nick Fury and Maria Hill. Like, he's got them on the ropes. They are believing everything that he's selling, and Spider-Man has to find a way to get back. He's got to get his head right. And he kind of, because he's got this whole thing, like, he's looking at it the wrong way. He's trying, everybody wants him to be the next Iron Man. And, he thinks he has to be the next Iron Man. But, in truth, going up against a guy like Mysterio, he doesn't need to be the next Iron Man. He doesn't need to be the next Tony Stark. He doesn't need to be the next anybody. He just needs, it's kind of like, if you see the trailer, or you've seen the movie for, Fighting With My Family, and the whole thing where The Rock is like, don't be the next me, be the first you, when he's talking to Paige. And it's like, dude, that tracks. That's kind of what, the whole idea of this is to be you, be yourself, and you will actually do better than trying. Like hell, even Happy tells him, Tony Stark isn't even the next Tony Stark. Like, Tony Stark is not even really Iron Man. He talks about the fact that Iron Man second-guessed himself all the time, and that the only thing he didn't second-guess himself about was Peter, and that was it. And just, like, it's just a thing. But, the whole beef is that, with Maria Hill and Nick Fury kind of confused about things, not really understanding what's going on, Happy is the one that kind of clues them in with, like, some secret coding. But which kind of it puts it. I'll get into it here in a second. We'll talk about it here in just a second. But so yeah, they don't really know what all's going on. They just know that something fishy is up because Peter has gotten Happy to clue them in, in some way. And then Peter sets up the new suit, and that's why, like, if some of y'all noticed in the trailers, you saw the red and black suit, like, it kind of looked like, oh, it looks like the old suit, but just something's not right about it. It's because they traded out the blue for black, so he's got a red and black suit now. But he sets up this whole new suit specifically to take down Mysterio in a way, doing it in such a way like Iron Man would normally set up his stuff in front of Happy, and it's really cool. It's just really heartwarming. There's also the goofy, hey, I love Led Zeppelin, and it's actually AC/DC. Yeah, because, Peter. But he defeats Mysterio. He gets the girl. He saves everybody. And Mysterio, this is my one criticism on the movie. And the more I think about it, the more I think this actually did happen. I didn't like that Mysterio died. I know they did the kind of bait and switch with the fake out, and then he actually legit got. But here's the thing. He was technically gut shot. So gut shots don't kill you instantaneously. Not normally. You usually live for about a couple of days on a gut shot without medical attention, at least. Before you'll die, you'll just bleed a lot. You'll bleed out, definitely. You may last a day. But I didn't like that part of it. I didn't appreciate the fact that they just kind of killed him off like that. I was like, dude, let's get him back in here. I want Mysterio back. We need him for the Sinister Six. We need a guy like that. That would just make it even better. But what I love about this is that when Spider-Man gets the girl, saves everybody, gets back home, MJ knows everything. They're going out on, like, I guess kind of a pseudo date. And this is when you start getting to the Stinger territory, because we find out that we find out that MJ ain't crazy about the web swinging. She don't like it. She don't like it at all. And this is where you get into the Spider-Man PS4 shenanigans, which I'm here for. I'm here for all of it. They pull up a scene that, if you've played Spider-Man on PS4, the way the Spider-Man leaps onto the top of the light post, and the way that he, and the way, like, he's kind of looking around, had, like, you're kind of, like, behind, kind of that third person over the shoulder look. It's straight out of the game. We get to hear a voice that I was not expecting to hear. And we can see a face I was not expecting to see. We get to see the GOAT himself. 3J is out here, y'all. 3J is out here. 3J is in the house. My guy, J. Jonah Jameson is in here. He is in here with the wild energy, coming in and just dropping dimes. And I love it because they're using the version of himself that is the from the game, where you're like in the game, he's kind of this Alex Jones type. He's this weird conspiracy theory guy that's just he's just silly and stupid, but I love him anyway because the stuff he says is so ridiculous. Unlike Alex Jones. But 3J drops a dime on Spider-Man. Apparently, one of the guys working with Mysterio, see, he took the footage because they're recording everything. So he took the footage, they doctored it, and made it look like Spider-Man killed Mysterio in cold blood. Not only that, they covered up the fact that Mysterio was the one who was causing all of the havoc, all the illusions, all the destruction. They basically doctored the footage to make it look like, in fact, Mysterio is still the hero. He is still the hero that Earth needs right now because the Avengers are gone. And they paint Spider-Man as the one who caused everything. That he was the one who caused the destruction of the London Bridge, the destruction all across Europe, in Prague and everywhere else. It's wild. It is wild. They even doctor up his voice and take different things he said to make it sound like he was the ones, like he was trying to execute everyone. It just was freaking insane. I love it. I was here for it. And now, not only that, but 3J has outed Spider-Man's secret identity because in the footage, Mysterio is like, no, Spider-Man is the bad guy. This is his plan. He did all of this, and his name is Peter Parker, and they put up a picture of Peter Parker's face, and all of this while Spider-Man himself is literally just sitting there surrounded by people. MJ underneath him, because she's down there on, she's kind of like, he's on the light post, she's down the street, and it's wild, man. Like, that stinger is probably the heaviest, hardest hitting stinger I think I have ever seen for any Marvel movie up to this point. Because, it shakes the status quo. Now, here's the question. Here's the thing I got a problem with. I do think Mysterio will likely be back, but I don't think it will be Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. I think it'll just be somebody else. Which, that's fine, whatever. But, or rather, I think Jake Gyllenhaal will be around. It's just that he won't actually be alive. It'll just be somebody else portraying, you get what I'm saying. But one of the things I'm kind of worried about, and I don't want them to do this, don't pull a Flash on me. And for those of you who watch Flash on the CW, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I remember when the Flash, I think it was season 2, when season 2 ended. I think it was season 2. Maybe it was season 2. Yeah, had to be season 2. I was kind of pissed because they set up Flashpoint. And then, they even talked about how, yeah, dude, Flashpoint. And then they come back, and it's only one. It's the first episode, and they knock it out in the first episode. And then you get the Arrow, where they ended it, where they blew up the island, and everybody was still on it. And it's like, oh, who survived? And then you get to the season premiere for the next season. It's like, oh, no, he's still alive. I don't want them to pull this move with Spider-Man, where they're setting up this new status quo, where he's a criminal. He's considered to be a criminal. He's considered to be a terrorist-level threat. And they just be like, oh, just wipe it under the rug. Don't do that. I want to see a movie. Somebody posted this. I think it was MCU Cosmic. They posted something on their Twitter that was basically like a picture of Daredevil. And it was like, dude, please, give me Daredevil. Give me I know they can't use them because technically the whole Netflix... Or no, maybe they can because they'll probably wait a couple of years. I know that they can't... Disney can't use any of the stuff from Netflix for the next 2 or 3 years or something like that. So it'll probably be that long before we get another Spider-Man movie. But I will say that means we probably won't see Spider-Man in very much, if anything, for the foreseeable future. Just because... And if we do, it's going to be very limited, I would imagine. But the thing that really got me, though... the thing that really... I forgot I had that one. So, yeah. 3J, y'all. Oh, by the way, 3J was at the premiere for the movie, so that had already gotten people talking, so it makes even more sense that he was actually in the movie after all. So you get to the final stinger, and this is the one where it made me go, this is actually what fueled me wanting to go back and rewatch the movie so soon, because it puts everything in a new light. So then you got your boy, Nick Fury, your girl, Maria Hill, they're chilling. And all of a sudden, they start to transform into Skrulls. They start transforming into Skrulls, and it's your boy Talos. Talos is back. My guy Talos. So he comes back. Dude, what's going on, Evo? I see you in here. I see you in here. So your boy, Talos shows up. He is in here. He is out here. He is doing everything. He is putting in work, and it makes everything make so much more sense, because basically what's going on here is they are letting you know Talos has been Nick Fury since the beginning of this movie. We have not seen Nick Fury at all, the real Nick Fury at all at any point in this. And I just want to point out, I just love the fact, and I know it's Samuel L. Jackson who's actually acting the character when it's Nick Fury, but I just find it really funny that Talos is a better Nick Fury than Nick Fury. like just his mannerisms, the way, like, it's like, dude, he is coming with he was watching Pulp Fiction is what he was doing. He had watched Pulp Fiction where he took on, it's crazy. It's crazy. I love it. I'm here for all of it. But him and his wife, Talos and his wife, and I forget her name, but they were basically acting as Maria Hill and Nick Fury. And it's awesome because it explains why, because he even says, he's like, well, what am I supposed to do when someone asks me where the Avengers are? I don't know. Like, it explains why Nick Fury in this movie seemed to not know as much as you would normally expect Nick Fury to. Nick Fury is normally the guy who knows everything that's going on, and he had everybody fooled. Talos had everybody fooled that he was a legit Nick Fury, and I thought it was really awesome. I thought it was cool. It also kind of makes us realize, yes, I know in Captain Marvel, people kind of got the impression like, oh, well, they're probably not going to do Secret Invasion now because the Skrulls are good guys. And I think this actually kind of reaffirms that, no, they can still do Secret Invasion because nobody knew who they were. People don't know the Skrulls exist. And I think what they're going to do, because this is what Marvel always does, and granted, I don't think it's based off of this, because in this particular scene, he is in contact with Nick Fury. He's actually talking to Nick Fury. Nick Fury is on vacation in outer space at what I can only assume is either a Skrull base that Captain Marvel was talking about setting up to help the Skrulls find a home at the end of Captain Marvel, or it's Sword. I'm kind of leaning more on Sword than anything else. But I'm kind of leaning on Sword, but I think this actually does set you up really well for Secret Invasion, because you got to remember, and this is something Kevin Feige even said himself, the Skrulls, not all of them are bad, but not all of them are good. They're just like, it's kind of one of those things, it's just like anybody else. It's kind of like saying that one entire race of people are all bad. It's kind of the problem I always had with Dungeons and Dragons, like, oh, Dark Elves, they're all evil. Well, except for Dritz Duerden. He's cool. All the rest of them, though, fuck them. Like, I used to hate that back in the day, and I'm so glad that's kind of changed as well. But I love the fact that, yeah, you can have good guys, you can have bad guys. Also, it puts in perspective something that Talos says early in the movie, where he's talking about Kree sleeper cells. Like, he's talking about it in a way where it's like, dude, this is some bullshit. So it's making me think that a lot of this maybe is less to set up Secret Invasion, but maybe set up the Kree-Skrull War. I think that is actually the thing they're setting up more than anything else. But I still think you could do Secret Invasion, because in the comics, yeah, the Skrulls are bad guys. We knew that. There was no surprise. The surprise in Secret Invasion is that how many people were Skrulls. You could do it in the MCU, even under this setup, because basically, if the Skrulls are thought to be good people, and thought that they could be trusted, even if it's only by a handful of people, it still makes it. It's kind of like how in Avengers Infinity War, even if you didn't give a shit about Bucky, when Bucky gets dusted, you care because they show it from the perspective of Captain America. And that's kind of how you do it. That's movie making 101. If you think people won't be shocked, you find a way to frame it so that it is shocking. That's like literally they teach you that in film school. But yeah, so I still think it could be done, but I think that, yeah, I still think that Kree-Skrull War is the thing they're actually leaning more toward. But yeah, anyway, neither here nor there. So that being said, here, let me that is the movie, pretty much in a nutshell, and I was left struck in the theater. I was lost, did not know where to go. I probably was keeping somebody from being able to clean up the part of the theater that I was sitting in, and when I finally got home, I just kind of sat down, kind of did the wild, you ever see like was it the gif of, and I say gif, I don't care, you correct me, I don't give a shit, was the guy on Maury Povich just sitting down with like the Michael Jordan face on him, the crying Michael Jordan face. So yeah, that's what it is. It's what it is. It's literally what it is. Yeah, as a matter of fact, me and Jason, we chopped it up for what, 4, 5, 6 hours, till the wee hours of the morning, just talking about everything that you could possibly talk about in regards to all this. I do want to talk about a couple of other things. There's some things I didn't have a whole lot of time to really throw in on. But I don't know if any of y'all caught this. They had some really cute Easter eggs, and I'm gonna let you know. They letting you know what's coming next, even if you didn't know. Here, we're gonna pull this up. I think I got this set and ready to rock. So somebody had tweeted a picture, and here I'm gonna pop this up. Now, yeah, you see stuff like hunting Hydra, finding Wakanda. There was one about Iron Man that was somewhere in there, and they also had one about your boy Dr. Eric Selvage, which was it was all about the Einstein-Rosen bridge. But if you look at the font, Nova, and the title right there says it. The title right there says, hey, dude, my dumb question. Hey, I appreciate you even dropping in, man. Thank you so much for dropping in on this one. By the way, y'all go check out My Dumb Question. Dude, it's a really awesome channel, man. They got some really amazing videos I was checking out the other day. So, yeah, go check them out. Go peep out My Dumb Question, dude. They're awesome. But, yeah, you got Nova. You got Nova over here. And here, gonna bother me to no end. There. But yeah, you got Nova where they're kind of letting you know, like, yeah, dude, this is maybe Nova's a thing. Maybe Nova will happen. We don't know. I mean, I think it'll happen. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, man, it just, whoo. I was feeling it, man. I am feeling it. I am here for all of it. I'm here for everything that they were talking about in this one, and it was so good. I guess, I'm gonna run through. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on here. Let me see what's popping off in the chat. I saw a buzzword. I saw a buzzword here that caught my attention. Also, yeah, okay, you know what? While we're in here, before I jump onto that buzzword, I love the fact that the Skrulls are getting better. And they've also proven because they said that they can only read surface level thoughts, but it's been proven in Captain Marvel that with the aid of machinery, with technology, they can actually dig deeper. They can dig deeper into your thoughts. But I think we will see Super Skrulls eventually, and I think Talos definitely we'll see him again. So I think that, yeah, I think it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, and hands down, some of the best after credit scenes I've seen. Yeah, I just freaking love it. Okay. Okay, now let me address the buzzword. I see, because I saw my man's lemon piece in here, and I saw him responding to something. Let me jump on that real quick. Let me see what's happening. It says they are Eric Wade says they are bad guys because Disney needs to nice to everybody. Now they are written to be sympathetic good guys. Sounds like retcon written by SJW company, in my opinion. Interesting. Okay, so here's the thing. There is actually precedent for there being good scrolls. People don't remember this. But the scrolls are, yeah, they are technically bad guys, but mostly by nature of it's usually by nature of the fact that they have no homeworld, so they're trying to get one. They are actually more sympathetic bad guys than anything else. But some people tend to forget that the 5th Captain Marvel was a Skrull. He was a Skrull during Secret Invasion, no less, and he decided that he actually went against his sleeper cell programming and remained a good guy. Even though he was, in fact, a Skrull, he was not Kree. He was, in fact, a Skrull. So, yes, there is precedent for good Skrulls, and there have been even since before Captain Marvel came out. So, yeah, it's not... Also, I'm going to go ahead and say right now, just here in the chat, I'm just throwing it out here, and I'm not trying to shit on anybody when I say this, but when people use dog whistles like SJW or virtue signaling, anything like that, you've automatically destroyed your entire statement for me. Because, people usually say SJW just as a way to cut down something that's done because they don't like it. And they feel like, oh, they're trying to, they're just trying to be PC. And it's like, no, it's just called change. It's like, dude, okay. How, and Eric Wade, I'm sure you're going to get that. I'm sure you're going to understand where I'm coming from here. That would be like how the media, and not even just the media, but how back in the day, all white people, you know, not even all white people, but how back in the day, the majority of the United States of America treated all black people, and still do in some regards, as though we are all bad people. This is fiction. I think it's okay if things change. I think it's okay if things change. Remember, history is always written by the victors. And also when people say virtue signaling, I always hate that phrase because it's like, okay, so you're mad because someone's doing something nice. They're being a decent human being. And are you mad because you are not a decent human being? Or you feel like you're being called out as not being a decent human being? Or you feel like someone doing something nice in front of you makes you feel like you should be doing something nice, but you don't want to. Like, I hate shit like that. I really hate shit like that. And honestly, yeah. Matter of fact, and I say this on Twitter all the time, and on Facebook as well, if you are the sort of person who uses SJW as a pejorative, if you throw around terms like dog whistling terms, to try and put down people who are just being nice, or just saying, hey, you know, maybe we should, you know, be cool. I'm gonna go tell you right now, and I'll go ahead and take the L for this one. Just don't follow me. I'm just going to say it right now, don't follow me, because I don't like it. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. And I mean, I'm not trying to tell people to change the way they think. I'm just telling you, just don't try and make me change the way I think. Because I think that's what people lose in all this, is that no one's trying to change the way you think about something. At least, you know, not on a not on an existential level. It's not that big a deal. Like, people are overthinking it. I really think people are overthinking it. It's kind of like how, back in the day with Star Wars, when people found out not all Jedis are good people. Or, more importantly, not all Force users fit into a light side, dark side mechanic. There are people who literally ride the line. I don't know, man. I don't know. But, like I said, I just saw that. Thought I'd address it. Anyway, I am going to address, speaking of addressing, I am going to address, the Discord. Get up in here on this Discord. Okay. So, I got a couple of questions here. We're going to talk about these first. So, I'm going to take one from One Above None, my boy Jason. I see you in here. What's up? One Above None asks, Do you think the next Spider-Man movie will involve Norman Osborn or a new Kingpin? And because of the way this is set up, and I'm going to kind of, I guess I should give a little bit of explanation as to why this is coming up. Because, okay, you got Spider-Man, who is kind of the chief protector of New York. He protects the 5 boroughs as much as one possibly can. If he is seen as a criminal, that means it's going to stunt how he does business. And then you also have to look at the fact that, on top of all that, it's opening the door for more people to come in. Now, Kevin Feige has addressed, and I think the director of the movie has also directed this as well. He's addressed this as well, that we still haven't seen who has bought Avengers Tower. As a matter of fact, we don't even really see Avengers Tower as a whole throughout the movie. We see part of it, but not all of it. But yeah, Kevin Feige did kind of suggest that it's still being renovated and changed over. So there's that. But yeah. Anyway, I feel like you'll see Norman Osborn before you see Kingpin, and the reason why, because what I said earlier, I don't think they can use Kingpin just yet. And I do feel like Norman Osborn is being set up. I feel like it. I feel it in my bones. But I almost kind of want them to not bring in, or if you bring in Norman, bring him in, but don't make him the bad guy just yet. Make him, the background guy. Let him be a background guy. I think they should honestly focus on leveling up these villains who have been kind of a joke, in the comics for a while. Like, honestly, I think that, because we've already seen Scorpion. Matt Gargan was in Spider-Man Homecoming. I think what we do, bring Matt Gargan out. Maybe even have him team up with somebody else. Like, maybe have maybe have him as Scorpion, and maybe have somebody else coming along too. Maybe have like someone. I think we've seen Rhino. Not enough, but I mean, I feel like we've already seen him, so I don't think we have to go back to him just yet. But and you could maybe, I don't know. Actually, you know what? No. Put some respect on Scorpion's name. Just have it be him. I don't really like multiple villain movies unless, like, it's, necessary. But I think you could make Scorpion compelling, like, or maybe have somebody pulling the strings. I don't know. Maybe have Norman pulling the strings. Maybe have Norman be the one who's providing the tech that he's using. You never know. Could be a thing. So yeah, there's that. So dude, I see Brother Bogus, he was talking about bring on the Spider-Man clone song. You could bring in the Jackal. Also, Chameleon. Also, okay. Speaking of the devil, the Chameleon is in Spider-Man Far From Home. He's Dimitri. He is the guy who was really quiet. He was the guy that was very quiet and was just kind of chilling in the background. He was the one that was driving the bus at one point. So yeah, Chameleon is already there, so technically you could go with Chameleon. Maybe there's some fallout where Chameleon just decides to go into business for himself. You never know. He is theoretically, he's not one of the original Sinister Six, but he is definitely one of the earlier, he is a part of one of the earlier iterations of the Sinister Six. So you got that. Let's see here. Oh, Alex Ortiz, you did bring up something that we talked about in the Discord. Talking about Flash's mom. Okay, so here's the thing. They were low-key giving Flash so much character development. If you were watching this movie, you were paying close attention. They kept pointing at the fact that Flash was just, he was just doing his thing. He was kind of trying to get attention. He was constantly trying to get people to notice him, and he was doing it in very subtle ways. But when you get to that point where towards the end of the movie, and he's like, "Oh, where's mom?" and his driver's like, it does kind of make you wonder what they're setting up for Flash. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna do anything just yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of mix it up a little bit. Now, Flash Thompson has never been the Hobgoblin. I could see them doing that. I don't think they're gonna go with Ned Leeds as the Hobgoblin. I just don't see that happening. Even though, because Ned Leeds is more like Genki than he is Ned Leeds. And then you've also got the looming threat of Norman Osborn. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like something's up there. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Okay. So Chillmonger. Let me get Chillmonger got us in the Discord. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this real quick. This actually has nothing to do with Spider-Man Homecoming. Or Far From Home, my bad. Or either one of them. There you go. Chillmonger asked me if I had caught up on Uncanny X-Men after the current, the Matthew Rosenberg run. Excuse me, again, on Uncanny X-Men. Oh man, wow. Let me take a swig out of this Spider-Man cup here. So good. What he's asking me is, after issue number 21, what do you think this means? Okay, so real quick, I'm going to go ahead and bury the lead. I do have a video that's probably going to go up next week for patrons, and I'm actually going to explain a lot of what is going on here. But basically what I will say is that the mutants' place in the Marvel Universe has shifted. The status quo for them has changed. Now, I don't want to speculate too far on it because the fact that you're about to go into a whole new era of X-Men with Jonathan Hickman's run, which is going to be House of X and Power of 10. Which, and I'm gonna go say right now because I said the same thing in the video that I'm putting up on Patreon next week. Go check out Jonathan Hickman's Twitter. He specifically points out the fact that it is not Powers of X, it is Powers of 10. So there you go. You correct me, then you are wrong. You are wrong. But yeah, I think that basically what they're doing, I think they're setting it up to where mutants now have a little bit of an easier place. I think maybe the stuff that Matthew Rosenberg is doing is going to stick. I think he's setting it up to where the mutants don't have to fight for equality anymore, so it can pave the way for what Hickman is doing so they can focus on a deeper narrative within the mutant community itself, because you got to remember, once you're done fighting against oppression, you then have to fight against oppression within your own community. So it's kind of a play on that. That's what I think is happening. I don't want to say too much more because I don't want to spoil the video that I got coming out for the patrons next week. So I want to keep that chill. Pun intended, because it's Chillmonger. Let's see here. James P. Tomlinson says Shocker. Okay, yeah, I can see Shocker. Actually, I would rather see Shocker as a bad guy in a, which, I mean, technically he's already been there. I would like to see him come back. Maybe have him team up with Scorpion. And you can maybe get you can kind of get a tease towards the Sinister Six. And then, let's see, and, Stephen Nambuki, he says, putting T'Challa in space has got to bring the Ultimates. I think you are correct, because, and I'm gonna tell you why you're correct. You're correct because of the fact that you've got Black Panther, you got Captain Marvel, you've already introduced Monica Rambeau into the MCU, and by this particular point in time, because I think she was either 9 or 10 at the time of Captain Marvel, so at this particular point, she is probably either in like her late 20s, maybe her early 30s, depending on how time works, I don't know. The MCU's timeline is just weird. But yeah, you got pretty much half of your principal characters for that right there, just ready to roll. So I'm here for it. Dude, King Breezy, I see you back up in here. Dude, how'd I miss you coming back in here? Dude, Devontae, what's happening? What's happening? Justice League. And honestly, and kind of piggyback on something Alex Ortiz was talking about he thinks that Hickman's writing the future of the MCU mutants. I would not be surprised by that, because what they have done with the Uncanny X-Men is what I actually think is going to happen to the mutants of the MCU. The mutants of the MCU, I think they don't, and I've said this, I think I've even said this before in a video with alternative factuals that I think that it's one of those scenarios where Professor X has, or someone else, another powerful telepath, but more likely Professor X, has removed mutants from the public eye. Like, people don't know they exist. So that way, there's no oppression, there's no struggle for equality. They can just be left alone to do what they do. But anyways, let's see here. What was it? Well, I mean, here's the thing, Evo. Here's the thing. You're talking about how Cap messed up the timeline more than Barry. You gotta remember. The rules that in-game set up. When you go back in time and you change things, you don't change that timeline. You create a new timeline. So yeah, technically he's messed up multiple other timelines, but not ours. Ours is still good. Okay, yeah, Emma Frost, she out here wilding. Emma Frost is out here wilding. I guess I could go, because technically the whole premise of my video for the patrons is not necessarily what Emma did, it's technically how she did it. So I'll go ahead and tell you, basically what Emma Frost has done is she has wiped the notion, the existence of mutants from humanity's minds as a whole. She's completely wiped them out. Humans do not know that mutants exist. And as a result of that, they are treated the way... Like, I always talk about how I always thought it was bullshit that humans are perfectly okay with guys like Captain America, Thor, Black Panther, Monica Rambeau. Even, I mean, they're not okay with Hulk, but they at least accept Hulk. They're perfectly okay with Spider-Man, depending on, what's going on at the time. And, I've always thought it was bullshit that they hate on, mutants. Like, what's the difference? And now they've answered that question by completely wiping the slate clean and making it to where the humans honestly don't see the mutants as anything other than just other superheroes. So I'm cool with that. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm going back through here. Somebody brought up Stiltman? Word! Let's see here. Looking. I'm not gonna talk about Black Ariel because honestly I have no problem with it. It's a fucking mermaid. It's fiction. I think what we should be more... and anyone who cites... I guess technically I am talking about Black Ariel. Anyone who cites the original fairy tale for The Little Mermaid can go to hell, because that fairy tale is literally all about... And even The Little Mermaid itself is all about how you have to have a man, and how important it is for a woman to use her feminine wiles to get a man. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I've thought that for the longest time, even before any of this shit. So let's see here. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about Black Ariel. Other than just that. Let's see here. I would not be surprised. Evo brought up, what if they combine Secret Wars with the Skrull Invasion? Secret Invasion storyline. I can see that. I'm perfectly okay with that. I would be perfectly okay with that. Let's see here. Let's see here. Do you think Deadpool 3 and the X-Force movie is on ice until the X-Men are introduced? Probably. Probably. I mean, I don't know. I think Deadpool will hang around because he's a cash cow. He makes money. I mean, I would believe so. But that's just me. Let's see here. Oh, hey, I didn't see you jump in here. Let's see. Kazipeda1 jumping in here while doing my errands around the house. Anyone reading Excellence by Image Comics? Pretty nice art and story is getting deep. I have not read it. I've heard good things about it. It is on my radar. I will be taking a look at it because I've literally, just so everyone kind of knows what I'm talking about here. Just so everyone knows. Let me pull. Let's pull this up. Okay, so. Booyah. Okay, so this is the comic right here, Excellence. It's really cool. It's got a cool look to it. I'm all in for it. I checked it out when I was in the shop. Like, kind of thumbed through it a little bit real quick. I just kind of wanted to, see what was popping in it. And I'm like, dude, I'm here for it. I'm 1,000% here for it. Image, man. Here, hold on, let me. Image has been low key for the last like several years, been dropping straight up fire when it comes to comics. Honestly, because people always want to debate about, who's got the best comics. I say it every time. Marvel, DC, who's got the best? Image. Image always has the best comics. I'm sorry, it's just a fact. Marvel and DC are fighting for second place right now. That is what they're doing. But no, and I do agree. I do agree with you. Nimza, I agree with you 1,000%. I think people need to really cool it because it's literally, you are both positive and negative. You are literally making you're literally just making it easier for Disney to sell you a movie. Throwing it out there. Let's see. Carter Presents asks, I wonder what Marvel is going to do with Hydra Cap since he got broken out of prison. You know what? I've been waiting on that for a minute because I know a lot of people don't like Secret Empire, or I won't say a lot of people. I know a good number of people didn't like it. I liked it. I thought the build-up and the lead-in and the first and second act of Secret Empire were great. I think the final act of Secret Empire, while I think it's good, I think it kind of stumbled as it crossed the finish line. But one of the things I did love, even though I didn't really spend a lot of time talking about it in my video for it, by the way, there's a Secret Empire playlist if you want to go watch that. It's in the playlist. When legit Cap is talking to Hydra Cap, the conversation they have I thought was really interesting. It's a very interesting dynamic because they were basically two different ideologies that weren't necessarily all that different, but their means in achieving it were very different. I thought it was really cool. I liked it. I actually am very curious to see what they do now. Let's see here. Let's see. What we got here? King Bree says part 2. Pete then finds himself being saved by a new kid in school called Harry Osborn. They become friends, but May is still worried about Peter, but he tells her he has to let it happen. Okay, wait a minute. I think I missed something. Here. It's part 2. There was another part to this. Hold on. Or no, wait, maybe I did miss a part 2. Okay, there you go. Yeah, no, I honestly, you know what I think they're going to do? I think they're going to pretty much do the same thing they did with Amazing Spider-Man. Harry will probably either they will bring him in as a new kid on the block that Peter's never met, or maybe they'll meet in college or something. I don't know. Or maybe he'll be a childhood friend that moved away. I can see that too. They kind of did that with Amazing Spider-Man, so they may not hit that well a second time. King Bree says part 3, Peter runs away from home in a troubled time, and then a symbiote feels his anger and frustration with the situation and bonds with him, and that's where we get Black Suit Spider-Man. You know what? Honestly, here's how I think that's going to happen, because I think they are going to fold Venom into the MCU. I think what's going to wind up happening is that somehow Tom Hardy is going to wind up losing the symbiote. That's what I think is going to happen. He's going to wind up losing the symbiote, and maybe as a result of because, we got Carnage coming up. That's a thing. So maybe something will happen there, and then somehow Peter will wind up getting it, or something like that. You never know. Let's see. But yeah, kind of like what Alternative Factual says. So it allows them to introduce other characters without much explanation. Was that I think that's tying back to somebody else's question earlier. Yeah, I can see if they do, and the Russo brothers have said Secret Wars is on the table. That's the one they're kind of eking to do. They're wanting to do they're wanting to do Secret Wars. So if it's gonna happen, if it's ever gonna happen, that's when it's gonna happen. At least as far as I'm concerned, I think that's how it's gonna go. I'm not saying that's how it's gonna happen, but saying how I would see it happening. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's go through here. We still got time. I still got time for a few more, and I'm gonna jump out of this hot ass room because I am literally frying. I'm literally frying right now as we speak. Let's see here. Tell you what, actually, we got a question here from we got a question here for the Discord. John K. I see you in here. John K. What's poppin'? Basically, John K. asked, are you reading anything from Image or Valiant Comics? Okay, so here's the dizzle. I have a backlog of Shadow Man from Valiant that I'm going to read, and I also have a soft spot for Faith. So there you go. I have a soft spot in my heart for Faith. If I'm not mistaken, she is a Valiant Comics character. So there you go. That's a question from the Discord. Let's see here. So yeah, that as far as anything else, I was reading Murder Falcon. I think I'm still reading Murder Falcon. Crowded just came back. Those are both Image comics. Die is another one. Die is another one. I like that. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. Devontae. It all makes sense to me now. I was like, dude, what's going on here? But no, okay, so yeah, so Die, which is, for those of you, and this may be more in my vein, because I'm a big D&D guy, but Die is kind of almost like a spiritual, I'm not saying this is what it is, but Die is, I'm not saying it's what it officially is, I'm just saying what, way to look at it. It's almost like, if you ever watch the old Dungeons & Dragons Saturday morning cartoon, if you made a comic about what happened to those kids after they came back from D&D World. Kind of what it is. Not exactly, but I mean, that's kind of like layman's terms. And then Murder Falcon is literally about a falcon that is like heavy metal as all get out. I love it. I'm here for it. And then Crowded, I've talked about Crowded in the past. Crowded is a book about what if you could kickstart, like if you had like a website just like Kickstarter, but it was for kickstarting people's assassinations. And this chick gets basically she's an awful person for the most part. But you don't really know why she's an awful person. But you find she wakes up one day, finds out that someone has put her on, they put her on the app. Like people are now trying to kill her because basically what happens is they build the money up. The money just keeps building up and building up and building up, and then whoever kills her gets the money, and her bounty is over like 2 million or something like that. And then she has to hire somebody from this app. It's called Reaper, I think is what it's called. Is the app that for killing people. And then there's another app, I think it's called Defender, where you can hire someone to protect you. And but because she's broke, she can only afford someone who like has 1.5 stars on Defender. And it's not because they're bad, it's just because they're very blunt and they have a very straightforward, take no shit attitude. So so they have to have this kind of buddy cop situation going on and to protect her. They're actually making a movie out of it. It actually got picked up to become a movie like a few months before the actual comic came out. That's how good it is. And then you got God Country, which was by Donny Cates. Oh, Baby Teeth. Baby Teeth is another one. Donny Cates as well. Though that's Boom Studios, if I'm not mistaken. Or Aftershock. Maybe it's Aftershock. Redneck is another good one, also by Donny Cates. This is just gonna become the Donny Cates cave is what it's gonna become. I'm gonna try and get Donny Cates on the show. Y'all think I'm bullshitting, but I'm gonna get Donny Cates on the show one of these days. Y'all just wait. I'm gonna flex on Donny Cates. Be like, yo, man, you want to come on the show? Want to come on the show? You sure? Positive? We can do it. Hey, I know how to contact him. I know how to get a hold of him. I can get a hold of him. He might say, I'm not saying he's gonna say yes, but I mean, I can do it. I can ask. All you gotta do is shoot your shot. Hey, just shoot your shot. I may, and you know what? If I get him, I may not even get him for the show. I might just get him just for a straight up interview, like I do most other people. I'm gonna try and do more interviews. I'm actually gonna start reaching out to more creators. I'm gonna try and get some of the big ones. Too. I'm gonna try and reach out because channels smaller than me have been getting them. So fuck that. I gotta get this bag. John Battle asks, what do you think about this Morbius? I'm assuming you're talking about the Morbius movie. I think it's gonna be okay. I haven't heard much else about it. I know the set photos have come in. Don't really show a whole lot. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. Is what I am. Let's see here. Let's see. Tech Spec Studios asks, Tony Stark's lab or the Batcave to spend the entire weekend? Man, that's a tough one. I tell you what, because I don't like bats, I actually do not like bats. Not cool with them. They creep me out. Not because I think they're gross. It's just something about them creeps me out. Like, the noise they make creeps me out. So, Tony Stark's lab, because I'm pretty sure his lab will have a jacuzzi in it. I think about these things. Evo Rebo says Dr. Voodoo and Black Knight would be a good start for the next phase. Actually, Black Knight is already on the table. He's already being shopped for the MCU, and Dr. Voodoo has already been set up in Doctor Strange 1. The black man who was guarding the Sanctum, who was killed, that was Dr. Voodoo's older brother. So, there you go. Let's see here. Alice Ortiz says, get Captain America on the show. Dude, Chris Evans ain't coming on the show. Actually, I don't know, dude. Chris Evans is cool in the motherfucker. He might do it. Dude, yes. Scythe Life Gang says Tony Stark's lab will have better drinks. You are correct. You are correct. Let's see here. What else we got here? We're gonna answer. You know what? We'll go about 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes full of questions. Look, Jason wants me to pull up right now. He's like, just like, slide up in Chris Evans' DMs and be like, hey man, you want to be famous? Come on the Blerd Cave. He'll be like, nah, man, I'm good. Kazapeta 1, you said, speaking of Dr. Voodoo, I've been reading Savage Avengers. Deodato's art is like candy for me. Yes, dude. Okay, for those who don't know, I think it's Mike Deodato. I may be wrong, but Deodato, no, he is him, Pepe Larraz, Paco Medina, Clayman, Assad Rubik. Oh man, there's just so many good ones. Russell Dodderman, dude, they got some fire ass art. Whew. They keep inspiring me, man. They keep making me get the pen and pad out and start getting back to sketching, man. Y'all want me to get back in here and start sketching again, man. Y'all don't want that. Let's see here. Let's see here. What else we got in here? Oh yeah, dude, Jay Lee, Batman suit. Oh, dude, yeah. And who else? There's lots of good ones. There's lots of good ones out. There's great artists out there. You honestly just kind of have to know where to find. You just have to know where to look. I forget the name of the artist for Killer Be Killed, but he's amazing. Dude, yeah, there's just so many good ones. King Breeze Ernie, of course we want you sketching. Get that art out there. Dude, I might. You know what? One of these days, I might sketch something on the Blerd Cave. If I can get my 2 webcams set up to not crash my computer, I might start doing stuff where like y'all can see me and I can do some art. I may stream it on Twitch. You never know. I might do that too. Which by the way, remember the Twitch. You can here. Shameless plugs all the way across the board. But if you want, all you got to do, go to twitch.tv/Blerd Without Fear. I'll be the Bloodborne stream didn't go as well as I would have wanted. I mean, not saying that I sucked at it. I did really good. It was just that the bit rate kept messing up. So there's that. But yeah, go check out the Twitch, go follow it. And dude, the Discord. Make sure you are getting in on the Discord, because Discord is where it's at, man. We're trying to build up that Discord. Myself, H2O Happy Dude, One Above None. We got Wild Mods in here. I need to actually get some of y'all set up as mods in the chat to help me out. I need to get matter of fact, remind me, Jason. Actually, matter of fact, I probably can just go ahead and do it right now. To set you up as I need to set you up as a mod. I need to set up a couple other people as some mods. There's all sorts of stuff that, you know, needs to be taken care of. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll get all that. I'll get you set up on that. Now, there are a couple others here. I'm gonna probably talk to about that. Well, no, I'm talking about on here in the YouTube chat. I need to get you set up in the YouTube chat and on Twitch. Yeah, you are definitely a mod on the Discord. Don't worry about that. Dude, King Breezy, you need to get on that. You need to get on Discord, man. Get on Discord. So like I said, yeah, we got that going on here. What else we got? Stephen Ebuki says, with MCU going more galactic scale, will we see Null in Venom? At this stage, Marvel should be able to pull off more cosmic scale stories, Celestial, Skyfathers, Null, Boss, Galactus, etc. You also did ask about the Wakandan gods. Yes, I think we will see Boss at some point, because I think at some point you kind of have to. You kind of have to show Boss at some point. We've already seen the Ancestral Plane. We've seen the, which in the comics is called Jalea. But, I mean, we've seen the Ancestral Plane. We've seen all that. We're gonna get everything. I think we're gonna get all of it. I think we need to start showing more of these cosmic and supernatural spiritual elements. I am a huge proponent of making sure that at some point in the next phase, we start taking care of these supernatural characters. We need to start bringing in characters like Mephisto. We need to start bringing in characters like Blade. We need to start bringing in characters like Moon Knight. We need to get Ghost Rider in here. We need to get well, and I will say now, in regards to Ghost Rider and Blade, I know that Blade is slated and rumored to be in either Ghost Rider or Damon and Satana Hellstrom series. So, because they're doing this whole thing with Hulu, teaming up with them to do some shows, and it's gonna be, and they're supposed to be connected to the MCU, maybe. We'll see. But we need to get Dr. Voodoo in here. We need to start, because the mystical and supernatural elements are I think probably the most underserved part of the MCU. We're getting the cosmic stuff now, so now we need to start. We don't want to go too far into the cosmos. We still need to bring in Nova. We still need to do we still need to get Adam Warlock. We still need to get Silver Surfer, Galactus, all this. We need to get all this stuff in here. But you gotta remember, we gotta also take care of the supernatural, because you gotta remember, we want Doctor Doom. If we want Doctor Doom done correctly, you gotta remember, Doctor Doom is not just a master engineer. He's not just a technological genius. He is also a master sorcerer. The man was in line to become Sorcerer freaking Supreme. Put some respect on his name. Get that shit out here. Blue Marvel is Denzel Washington 100%. As King Breeze said. No, I'm here for it. No, you gotta have it. I am all for Denzel. I would take Idris Elba too, but Denzel was my pick, and I remember not too long ago, Antoine Fuqua was in talks with the MCU, and that was what a lot of people thought he was, talking about, was something with Denzel, because Antoine Fuqua always works with Denzel. Bringing him in to do a movie for the MCU, I think would be amazing, and I could see a Blue Marvel movie with Denzel in it. I could see it. Let's see here. Let's see. But yeah, either one of them. I could take either one of them. I just don't like using the same names for everything. Like, there's certain actors I can see in a very specific role. LJ Mack. He said the name I was forgetting. Jorge Jimenez. That boy's art. You know, one day I just want to sit down on the Blerd Cave. We're just going to talk about artists, because I love me some artists. I know, Brother Bacchus says, oh, maybe we see Keanu Reeves as Mephisto. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Especially since, and a lot of y'all said that I wasn't right, but I was right. Mephisto is making a big comeback in the Avengers comics. The early solicits for, I think, the next issue, Avengers number 21. Dude, it's looking good. I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. Let's get it. Let's get that bread. Let's get that bread. Let's see here. Scythe Life Gang says Constantine 2. Maybe. Honestly, I really like Matt Ryan as Constantine. He's become my Constantine. So there you go. Let's see here. Let me make sure we're not. Okay, so let me. Oh, real quick, I want y'all to know I haven't forgotten about y'all. I want to make sure y'all know, because I just realized a bunch of y'all did just jump in on the Discord, so I'm welcoming you now officially from the Blerd Without Fear. So yeah, there you go. Y'all are officially welcome to the Discord. But anyway, everybody, I think we hit that 10-minute mark. We hit that 10-minute mark. So we got to jump out of here. I got to get out of Dodge. Man. Y'all can see, man, I'm sweating like a Mickey Ficky up in here, man. Dude, it is rough. Man, the air conditioning ain't getting fixed till tomorrow. So, man, pray for your Blerd Without Fear, man. Pray for him. Anyway, thank y'all so much for coming up in here, chopping it up with me, man. It's been fun. Like I said, remember, don't forget, go check out the store. Go check out, it is teespring.com/stores/Blerd Without Fear. Go check out the store. Go pick you up some awesome Blerd Without Fear swag. Like I say, you can get a little bit of everything. Make sure you go check it out. Make sure you use the promo code BWF Summer. And I'm going to put it in the Discord too. So if you're in the Discord, I'm going to make an announcement on the Discord. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you go get you some of this this awesome Blerd goodness. Get you your Blerd t-shirts. Get your your Run the Fades t-shirts. Get your we got the classic Blerd Without Fear with the word bubble. Make sure you go check all that out. Remember, it's teespring.com/stores/Blerd Without Fear. Make sure you go check that out. Make sure you're also getting in on the Discord. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. Man, go hit up the Patreon, man. Like I said, you get videos a week, sometimes 2 weeks early from me, depending on what's going on. So make sure you go check that out. Anyways, I got to get up out of here. I'll see you all next time. Y'all know the drill. I love you 3000 plus ultra.
Soundscapes, what my dreams on. Gotta put my team on. Change from the beginning like a season 2 theme song. Cold world, keep warm, you've been warned. Crazy when they quote lines, and it's one of mine. This just the beginning of my story, like once upon a time. I'm waiting for the sun to shine through these dark days, showing them how to persevere the smart way. Never let them tell you what you can't do. Waving guns in your videos, boy, that ain't you. Gas them up like they flame, but it ain't true. I elevated, not the same dude. I paint the sky blue. They say you ain't like the other guys in the clouds. With my love, she my lady butterfly. Here's a tune to you reach the moon last. Lullaby, what am I? A mortal man trying to nullify stereotypes. I write answers, certified spiritual flow. I said hello from the other side. I revised other styles, made them urbanized. Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver. Dream weaver.
Keep dreaming.